Welcome to this video overview of the first set of ArcGIS for AutoCAD bonus tools. Included in this set of tools is the ability to create and manage feature-linked labels using the current version of ArcGIS for AutoCAD. With these tools, I can create and automatically place text labels based on field values from GIS datasets. I will be using ArcGIS for AutoCAD, the popular free plugin from Esri that provides best practice interoperability between AutoCAD and the ArcGIS system. I use it to create GIS data in AutoCAD files, to work with ArcGIS web services in the form of background maps and imagery, and I use it to edit geodatabase features through ArcGIS Web Feature Services. In this video, I will run through an overview of using these new tools. I will interact with the resulting label features and show how I manage them once I create them. At the end of the video, I'll go through the process of actually downloading the tools and go through the nitty-gritty process of installing the tools for one suggested implementation. Let's get started. The main tool used to both place new labels and update existing labels is accessed here. I'm presented with a dialog box that defaults to the current feature class, but I can select any valid feature class or feature service that I want to label. I select the field I want to use to generate the labels. I can select the text size, the supplementary rotation angle, and even stack the text labels. I can select the text style from a list of existing text styles in my drawing. There's a control grid to define the placement and justification relative to a line or to the calculated text insertion point. I want these two labels to be side by side above the lateral water pipes. And again labeling the same features with a different field this time, below the line. Labels are automatically rotated with the midpoint of the linear features and always display right side up. If I modify the attributes of the feature or features, I can update the labels and see my edits reflected in the labels using the separate Update Labels tool. I have included a tool that also lets you do the reverse. I can change the label and use the label's value to update the field of the feature that it belongs to. Special care was taken to support fields with the new coded value domain capability. When labeling point features like these water meters, the default justification is above and to the right of the point itself, offset by half the height of the text. I will supply a supplemental angle to force the text to rotate 45 degrees. The labels themselves are created as plain AutoCAD text, but are also created as members of a local annotation feature class. Each label has attributes that link it back to the source feature that it labels. Because these labels are also ArcGIS for AutoCAD features, I can use the feature class selection tools to easily select all the labels. Because they are also plain AutoCAD text, I can modify the standard AutoCAD properties like resizing the text here. I can add as many different labels for different fields of the same feature class that I want. I can use the different placement options to create an array of text labels, but I can also reposition them at any time. Here, I'll create more water meter labels, this time with a negative angle. When labeling polygon features like these parcels, the default is the center of the polygon, calculated as the average of all the vertices, which may or may not be within the polygon boundary. I can also override the defaults like I do here to move the text slightly up from the middle. I can move labels once created anywhere in the drawing, and they will still be linked to the original features. The stacking feature allows me to create rows of labels at the same placement and justification, neatly offset. Here, I'll add another label below the line in a second row. Looking at the labels again as features, I will take advantage of the fact that each label has attribute values that I can use to select specific labels. Here, I want to delete all the labels that are from a certain field, but leave all the rest. I'll use the feature class Select by Attribute tool to select just the labels that were linked to this one field, and delete those features. I could load and call these AutoList commands by typing them into the AutoCAD command prompt, or reference the included commands and functions in numerous ways using the various standard AutoCAD customization techniques that might include ribbons, toolbars, buttons, scripts, AutoList, and the various AutoCAD APIs. I think it's useful one time for me to show you one possible implementation and the steps I use to load the included ribbon and toolbar in my own AutoCAD workspace. Just know that at the end of the day, these are just AutoList scripts that you can invoke however you choose. I shared the files of these bonus tools as a zipped item on ArcGIS Online. Using the same free Esri Global account or my named user subscription that I used to download ArcGIS for AutoCAD, I can travel to ArcGIS.com to search for the tools on ArcGIS Online. I will not see the items unless I have the ArcGIS Desktop Content option selected. I can then download the zip file and save it in any directory I want. I will be saving it to the program files under the Esri ArcGIS for AutoCAD Bonus Tools folder that I created. I can then unzip the files. I need my AutoCAD profile to see the customization files so that I can use them. I use the AutoCAD Preferences command to set the search path and trusted applications path. While I'm here setting the Trusted Applications path, I'll also set it to my ArcGIS for AutoCAD application, so AutoCAD doesn't keep prompting me every time I use it. I have provided a sample toolbar and a sample ribbons tab for your convenience that you might find useful. I use standard AutoCAD techniques to customize my AutoCAD interface. Here I'm using the CUI option of the Manage Ribbon tab to load the partial CUI file and add the toolbar and ribbon tab references. By adding the ribbon tab to my current workspace, I can see my ribbon panel in AutoCAD. Here in AutoCAD, I can load and unload various toolbars. Here's the toolbar I just added that references the tool buttons and the AutoList functions I just loaded. I also see the ribbon has been updated to include the new ribbon tab and the included panel that has copies of these same buttons here. In this video, I went through the steps of installing some custom AutoList. I also introduced you to a new tool for labeling feature classes in ArcGIS for AutoCAD using the AutoList API that was provided in ArcGIS for AutoCAD version 350. I showed how to use the tool and how to create labels and manage them. Return to the same location for more information about other tools and training resources.